It is now time for our next video in our Emporium series. Is a symbol that is not only known all over the United States, but all over the world. The Golden Arches of McDonald's. I'm going to tell a little backstory on why we collect McDonald's stuff, why we collect McDonald's figures, McDonald's toys, McDonald's memorabilia. It actually started out, my grandmother, my mom's mom, grew up, raised her kids in West Virginia. When she, in the late 60s, her and her family moved to Ohio, where we live. And in 1983, about 3 months after I was born, her husband and her youngest daughter moved to Lakeland, Florida, in kind of the retirement years. And my grandmother did not drive. She never had her driver's license. She did get her permit like in her 60s, but never actually got her license. Drove around a little bit with, another licensed driver. But during that tenure there in Florida, those years in the mid 80s, my grandmother worked at a McDonald's in Lakeland, Florida, and she was a hostess. I don't even know if they have that position anymore. I kind of say it's kind of like a Walmart greeter. They would greet people at the door of McDonald's. They might do some light sweeping and some wiping of tables and stuff. But as far as, I don't know how much she actually served food or cooked food. She was a hostess, and she did quite well at it. She was actually even offered this is the story I get, she was offered to be in a commercial for McDonald's. Somebody had came in that was an executive, liked how she was the hostess and the friendliness of my grandmother, and offered her a commercial spot to do a commercial, but my grandfather had been sick, and she turned it down, which, it's kind of sad. She turned it down, but, she had to do what she had to do. But during those years, I don't know if they can even do this anymore, McDonald's workers, but if they had toys left over, ones that they didn't give away, and they were switching to the new toy, the workers could take them home, and she would bring home lots during that time, and she would give them to me and some of my cousins. And so a lot of these McDonald's toys, a lot of these are ones that she actually gave me. Now, not all of them, but a lot of them are. Now, this is not only McDonald's stuff, so there's going to be there's probably a few Burger King toys that got put in here, or even a Wendy's one. But of course, this house here, this is something I bought at the Antique Mall in Toledo. I loved it. And I remember these as a kid. I did not have one. And it doesn't have all the pieces. You see here, it's got like the table and the chair and the car. I believe there are some people that go with it and a few other little sets. I don't have everything here, but I thought that's cool. And then this McDonald's puzzle, this was actually given to me by my sister-in-law's mother. She did a lot of collecting and had got rid of this McDonald's puzzle there in the back. Here's some figurines. Here's some dressed up for Halloween. And of course, this little round merry-go-round type thing, this also goes with that set. Now, the figurines, of course, would go there. I don't have the figurines. And then you see here the Flintstones set. These were from the Flintstones movie, I believe the 94 Flintstones movie. These were mine as a kid. I don't know. They had been from my grandmother, or sometimes. I mean, how many pounds and pounds and pounds of McDonald's did I eat over the years as a kid? So some of these were ones I actually got out of Happy Meals. Some of them were from my grandmother. Now I'm going to pause a second and move up here because this is the Flintstone section. This is not all, of course, McDonald's. We do have a lot of Flintstone items. A lot of these here in the front. These were all McDonald's toys. And some of these houses, like I said, I got from my grandmother. I got in actual Happy Meals. And then some, like, hey, if there's like a quarter set, I will pick them up. We'll pick them up, look for them. There's some Flintstone Kids, which I watched that as a kid. Those are not McDonald's. They could have, I don't know if they're from some of those, sometimes McDonald's or Burger King would do like promotions with those glasses. I'm not sure where those are from. I have to check those out. There's a movie back there, Flintstones Meet the Jetsons, it's back there. Flintstones Meet the Jetsons. I loved that as a kid. And I got a VHS copy. There's some books in the back. Yogi. That's Rick Moranis playing Barney Rubble there in the front. And so we got some Flintstones items, and which a lot are McDonald's, a lot are not. You can see my shadow there. I'm trying not to get too much of a shadow. And I'll move down here to this next section. These are probably my favorite of the McDonald's toys. These were all from my grandmother. You see there's a soft serve McDonald's thing there. That wasn't from my grandmother. I got that at a nursery, a church nursery. Was getting rid of some stuff, and I'm like, there's no way you're getting rid of that. I brought that home. But what I was saying was my favorite is these like food items that transform into creatures and monsters, China Transformers. See the Big Mac there, the fries, and the hot cakes and all. I love those. I just love those things. A lot of those, they're ones that my grandmother actually gave me. A cool thing about it was, she would give me tons. This is not all what she gave me, but she would give me tons. And, I'm a kid, so I'd lose some. Maybe, I got a little too cool. Maybe I'd get rid of some or give some away, or they just get lost or what have you. But some of these, my uncle is a bigger collector than I am. And this would be her mother, or this would be his mother, excuse me. And it's my grandmother. And so she gave him tons. So I was over at his house a couple years ago, and he said, do you have some of these McDonald's toys? I said, yeah, I have some. He pulled out bags and bags that were given to him from my grandmother. We sorted through, and he gave me more. So, some of them are from my grandmother, through my uncle. And a few of them have fell over here and such. And then there's a McDonald's watch, some glasses in the back. Of course, Ronald took a fall there at the top. I need to fix that. This is like a little lunchbox set. I think I got this at an antique store to go with my McDonald's stuff. Another level here is, I loved Muppet Babies. I loved it growing up. It was one of my favorite shows. And, of course, a lot of times McDonald's would team up with Disney. And of course, I'm not sure if McDonald's or if Muppets was considered Disney at this time, maybe a partnership with them. But I love these. I love Muppet Babies. I have a bunch of these. A lot of these are the ones I had as a kid. I did pick up a Jim Henson Muppet Babies lunchbox to go with them. Some more of these glasses. There's some Muppet Babies puzzle. There's a book from Made in Manhattan. All those, kind of go together. And, some of it's McDonald's, not all of it's McDonald's. There's some Muppets in space figurines. There's the critics there in the chairs. And those were given to me by my uncle, the one who's a collector. A lot of McDonald's stuff. And our last section of McDonald's, I will mention here, is up top. Now, this castle is not Disney. Or it is Disney, excuse me. It's a Disney castle. It's not McDonald's. And but I picked that up. We were at a Goodwill, me and the boys. I'm not sure where it was at. I think it was maybe in Elyria, Ohio, near Jamie's Flea Market. And I'm like, we got to get that. We were going to sell it because we could have made a good penny on it because we got it for nothing, pretty much nothing. However, we opted to keep it, and we've put some of these figurines here. Some of these I like because they're newer. This is some of the Walt Disney World ones that came out, I believe, last year, the year before. We have all of those. The boys have some as well because Ethan's a big collector. Look at this, Splash Mountain, no longer in existence. That's cool. That's from a few years ago now. And then if you look up top here, I've got some of these Epcot figurines. I like those. All the Disney characters there were in their different clothes from different countries. There's some more McDonald's from movies, or they got those figurines that are sitting on old VHS tapes. I didn't get all of those down, but I really like that. I got to, we've been talking and showing some pictures. We'd like to take some filming locations and some photos to add with our collectibles. And this isn't a filming location. Well, it probably has at one time, but that's the four of us at, excuse me for the light there, in front of the castle, Walt Disney World. We have been to Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom. We've been to Epcot, Hollywood Studios. We've been to Disney's California Adventure. The five of us have not been inside Disneyland, which is we got to go. But we have not been, and Carrie and I have, but just for a short time. And then this is the last picture I'm going to show here. You see the Mickey there with, I believe this is a Space Mountain car here. This is cool. And yeah, Space Mountain. And they're like viewfinders, which is cool. It kind of goes along with that Splash Mountain one. But this photo here, let me get it down so it doesn't glare. Well, it's still going to glare. It's taken this past summer. That is at Walt Disney's grave in California. Right there, Walter Elias Disney, his wife as well. So that's cool. We took that this past summer. We'd like to add some photos with our collections. Love, love, love McDonald's toys, the classic ones. We don't get a lot anymore. Happy Meals are expensive. We just don't get them anymore. And the boy's getting bigger, except Lincoln, but he still gets a Happy Meal once in a while. Thanks for watching. This is the next video in our Emporium series, McDonald's, along with some Flintstones, and along with some Jetsons, and there could be a Burger King toy or two through there as well, and of course Muppets at the bottom.